coming up this week on Big Sky Outdoors. Big Sky Outdoors, powered by Town Pump, fueling your next outdoor adventure, is also brought to you by Counter Assault, your ultimate protection in the wild. By Montana Army Navy, get it, get out, and live it. And the Outdoor Report is provided by Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks.
The Ice Festival started in 1996 as a way to get people excited about the upcoming ice season. We have an educational component, which is clinics that take place up in Hyalite Canyon, and then here in town we have climbing competitions. So we've got opportunities for both ends of it. This weekend's event is pretty amazing. We've got 60-plus competitors representing 12 nations. So they've come as far afield as Korea, Azerbaijan, Russia, Poland, Switzerland, Italy, France, Colombia, Canada. So it's a pretty diverse group, and some of the best climbers in the world are competing on the scaffolding and the climbing wall that we've set up.
So we've got full day clinics for 4 days out here in Hyalite Canyon. We also have the UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup. This is its inaugural year here in North America. This is a really big deal. It's a step along the path to making ice climbing hopefully a Winter Olympic sport someday.
Ready! Attention!
I'm Hans Howell. I co-founded Roscoe Outdoor with my business partner Haley DeMorris. I'm here in Bozeman, Montana for the Bozeman Ice Festival, and specifically I'm at Girls Outdoors, an outdoor clothing store located in downtown Bozeman that carries our women's line. One of the products that Girls Outdoors carries is our Washakie pant. We were avid rock climbers, we were avid ice climbers, and we were looking for a pant that was synthetic materials, quick dry, with four-way stretch that would hold up really well. And so we started our company building the perfect climbing pant.
I like the side zip pocket. The color is awesome. And
one of the products I'm really excited about is our Polartec pullover fleece. The Polartec fleece is from 100% US made, 7.7 ounce Polartec Thermal Pro fabric. Please check out our clothing at Girls Outdoors in downtown Bozeman or at 30 different retail locations across the western United States. You can also find us online at www.roscoeoutdoor.com.
Ice Festival started in 1996 as a way to get people excited about the upcoming ice season and an opportunity for the vendors of the hard goods to get together and give people a chance to test them out, and hopefully they purchase an ice axe or a pair of crampons, kind of commercially driven along those lines, still the same way.
Thrilling finish.
Join me, Dan Egan, for adventure ski trips and camps around the globe. Camp locations are Big Sky, Montana, Killington, Vermont, Val d'Isere, France, and Valle Nevado, Chile. Come learn the secrets of all-terrain skiing, plus strategy and tactics that will expand your winter world. Find us on the web at skiclinics.com and follow us on Twitter and Facebook. skiclinics.com. Winter education for every generation.
Army-Navy is your hunting headquarters. It's the best place around when you're serious about saving money on the things you need to go hunting. Knife sharpeners, wool gloves, backpacking meals, optics, socks, boots, insoles, stoves. Why, it's a virtual hunter's checklist. All name brands and all at fantastic savings. On Highway 2 in Evergreen and Highway 93 in Whitefish. MontanaArmyNavy.com.
Cooler weather is right around the corner, and your local town pump has everything your family needs along with great savings. With over 90 convenient locations across Montana, we are sure to have everything you need and more.
Take the straps and wrap them. Well, today we have a brand new rope for these guys. Okay, it's from Petzl, and it's a 70 meter, and it's a dry treated rope, and we're going to put some miles on this thing. My name is Joe Thompson, and I'm a certified American mountain guide. We're here at the Bozeman Ice Fest in Hyalite Canyon today. So one nice thing about the Bozeman Ice Festival is that they offer a lot of clinics. From introductory to advanced ice climbing skills. Another great thing about the Bozeman Ice Festival is that the gear manufacturers are here, and they allow us to take tools and equipment out into the field for the day for folks to try out.
So fun.
Try to only swing my ice tools in between my shoulders, meaning my ice tools are not way out here or way out here, because it makes me want to feel like I'm on a barn door or blow out my stance.
Teresa Blake with Treehouse Communications, handling PR and marketing for the Bozeman Ice Festival this year. I like to be outside, and that's what I enjoy doing the most. Being here in Bozeman this week has been pretty incredible. Getting outside and being in Hyalite, definitely the highlight.
As you kick, you want to drop your heel down a little bit, toes towards your nose, so that when you kick your points into the ice, your front points, they auger into the ice, and as you bring your heel up level, the points dig right into the ice to make more of a stable placement. I started climbing when I was about 12 years old at a climbing center in Niagara Falls, New York. The name of that climbing center at the time was called Lumber City Rock Gym. It was just basically plywood that we put sand and paint and painted the plywood and put T-nuts and drilled holes into rock. This was in the early 90s, and so we put those and screwed them onto the plywood, and we just started climbing that way, and then went down to the Niagara Glen and started bouldering and climbing real rocks, and I was hooked. And then I moved to Colorado, and that's where it really began for me. So, ice. You know, climbing leaves me satisfied and fulfilled. It's especially bringing people out in the mountains. You know, they have a sense of empowerment, and they have a good time, and they really have to collect themselves mentally, emotionally, and physically.
Little slack.
Army-Navy is your hunting headquarters. It's the best place around when you're serious about saving money on the things you need to go hunting. Knife sharpeners, wool gloves, backpacking meals, optics, socks, boots, insoles, stoves. Why, it's a virtual hunter's checklist. All name brands and all at fantastic savings. On Highway 2 in Evergreen and Highway 93 in Whitefish. MontanaArmyNavy.com.
Get out and live it.
How's it going, buddy?
You know, I've been coming up to hunt this ranch for 15 years.
Yeah, he helps a little bit. He's more of just somebody to laugh at.
It's really been great. And now it's a lot more fun with, you know, my girls.
Just the look on the kids' faces when they finally knock one down. Something that I'll remember forever.
Without that relationship, they wouldn't have that opportunity.
It's landowners and hunters working together is what makes things work the best.
Absolutely.
마이 중독 관심이 있어요. 그래가지고 구리 CD에 M2 클라이밍 짐이라고 짐이 있어요.
You have a gym?
네,
Oh, okay.
실내에서 트레이닝하고 우리 마운틴 산에 가서 리스크 클라이밍 트레이닝 네, 그렇게 하고 있어요.
좋아요.
네.
So good. 반갑습니다.
네.
My name is Olga. I'm from Poland. I came here for Ice Climbing World Cup for the competition. I started last year in Sassby in Switzerland, in Champagny-en-Vanoise in France, and in Ufa in Russia. Yeah, it's my first time in United States. I've got only 2 days after competition, so yeah, in these 2 days I go to Hyalite Canyon for climbing. Maybe 1 day for climbing and 1 day for visit Yellowstone. This is the famous place, so.
Jason Nelson coming in on the right.
I'm Jason Nelson from Ouray, Colorado, but right now I'm just living in an RV, so I don't have a permanent home, but that's kind of more fun anyway. So I'm living right behind the climbing wall, technically. I'm mostly a web designer for work and try to fit in as much climbing as possible. I've been competing since maybe 2005-ish. Don't hold me to that, but I started moved to Ouray and was involved in the competition there for like a volunteer, and then I was like, oh, this looks like fun and got to try it. And I think you guys are doing a great job with this competition. It's super fun. I'm excited to come out here every year, and I'm really excited it's become a World Cup thing too. What climbing does for me, I would say, you know, it's kind of like Prozac in a way, like getting out there gets my adrenals going, it kind of levels out everything else in life. Bozeman's probably one of my favorite towns in Montana. I mean, it's fun, it's beautiful, there's cool things to do outside, the community's great here.
My castaway this week is the climber Conrad Anker. Some of us choose a life in IT or event planning. Conrad Anker has opted to swing from a nylon stepladder 19,000 feet up a cliff. It may seem an odd way to spend one's life, but it's his way.
I'm Conrad Anker. I'm the competition director for the Bozeman Ice Climbing Competition. My day job is I work for the North Face. I'm the athlete team captain of the global team. I'm a professional climber, and I do expeditions around the world. So I've got some trips to the Himalayas and Antarctica planned. Hopefully things go well and I can get those trips going. In the near future, we have a film about a climb that I did in India titled Meru, and we're going to be premiering that at the Sundance Film Festival. So it's kind of like a lucky thing for us. A climbing film about a successful climb, not one that involves a bunch of people falling off the mountains, which is what most people think climbing is about. There's a real good human uplifting side to climbing, and we want to tell that story, and Bozeman Ice Festival is part of that. Montana's it's a beautiful place, and there's a lot of responsibility, I feel, that comes with living here. It involves sacrifice and hardship to be out in the mountains. It's not easy. We're playing with fire, and we get burnt by it, but we keep coming back.
Join me, Dan Egan, for adventure ski trips and camps around the globe. Camp locations are Big Sky, Montana, Killington, Vermont, Val d'Isere, France, and Valle Nevado, Chile. Come learn the secrets of all-terrain skiing, plus strategy and tactics that will expand your winter world. Find us on the web at skiclinics.com and follow us on Twitter and Facebook. skiclinics.com. Winter education for every generation.
Cooler weather is right around the corner, and your local town pump has everything your family needs along with great savings. With over 90 convenient locations across Montana, we are sure to have everything you need and more.
Here's this week's outdoor report by our friends at Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks.
The Rocky Mountain Front is one of the most spectacular landscapes on Earth. And with its diverse and abundant wildlife, the area is often referred to as North America's Serengeti. To the casual observer, this extension of Glacier National Park seems to be where civilization ends and wildness begins. But when you get on the ground and look around, you rapidly discover that a large part of this spectacular place is private land and a working landscape, an important reality when discussing fish and wildlife issues with national leaders.
Those two words, working landscape, is what I think 21st century conservation is going to be all about.
I'm Dan Ash. I'm the director of the United States Fish and Wildlife Service. The scenery behind me could be one of our nation's great national parks that you would think would be in public ownership, but this is in private ownership, which is really making this Rocky Mountain Front Conservation Area just a magical place.
As a landowner, I find it's pretty neat that they come here to try to get a feel for what our ranches are like, what our community's like, what our lifestyle is. This has been a working ranch and a working landscape, and we want it to continue as that.
We are preserving what's the best of the best as far as wildlife habitat, and it's an example of a tremendous partnership. And to get those people out there from the highest levels of our government to show what's going on in this landscape, to me that's extremely beneficial.
One of the great opportunities I've had today is really to meet face to face with the people who are making this conservation success story happen here, mostly the landowners. Just a sensational, inspirational opportunity for me.
In the national world of fish and wildlife decision making, if one picture is worth 1,000 words, then being here on the ground is worth 1,000 pictures. This is Mike Gurnett, out with Montana's Fish, Wildlife, and Parks.
This is the first year that we've had a UIAA sanctioned World Cup event. The UIAA is the Union of Alpine Associations, and they're the governing body that is the interface between climbers and the International Olympic Committee. If climbing is going to make it as an Olympic sport, and some people would like to see that, it has to have a governing body that follows the competitions, and so timing, difficulty need to be standardized. We have anti-doping tests so people aren't taking performance-enhancing drugs. We have all these ways that we have to adhere to their rules, which are good because it forces us to have a higher quality, higher caliber event. Well, if you live in Montana, you know it's cold, and you either embrace the cold or it's probably not something you like. I love cold. Winter is one of my favorite times of the year. And if you have a cliff that has water that seeps over it, you get ice climbs. And if you're crazy, then you go climb those things. And that's kind of what we do here. It's a great team sport, so if you and I were to go do it, I would be belaying you and holding your life in my hands quite literally with that rope. And so it's a really great way to experience nature and build a nice way of communicating with your fellow humans. So that's kind of the basis of it, and that's why I like it.